Pokémon Ephemerald is a ROM hack made by Shibarian, I think that's how you say that. It changes the type of every Pokemon, giving them a new sprite, moveset, and rebalancing the game to make some types stronger. With all these changes, I decided to do a fighting type only playthrough of Pokémon Ephemerald. Now you may ask why fighting types? Well, that's because Mudkip is my favorite starter, and in this mod, it's fighting type. Our journey begins like a normal Emerald playthrough, where we pick our starter Mudkip, name her Olympia, and save Birch from the now grass-type Poochyena. Birch tells us to meet his son, and then we battle. The battle shows how trainers will have different and more challenging teams. Brendan starts with both starters for this fight, the rock-type Trico and the flying-type Torchic. Trico isn't too bad, but Torchic does nearly take out Olympia. Another add-on is that each town has patches of grass added to them, which seemingly have large pools of Pokemon. I run through the grass in Petalburg for a first member of my team, Wurmple, who we named Bugsy. After helping Wally, we move to Petalburg Woods and help the Devin Good guy fight off the Aqua Grunt. And while most of the fight is fine, he sends out Carvanha. Carvanha is Ghost type, and with the type I've chosen to focus on, you can see how this becomes a problem. We lose the first attempt, but evolve Wurmple into Beautifly, and with its new electric type and Shockwave, we're able to get the victory. In Rustboro, we challenge Roxanne. This is where we see how they redesigned the gym and the placement of trainers. Roxanne now has a team of 4 Pokemon consisting of Clefairy, Butterfree, Roselia, and Nosepass, who is now Ground Grass. This is another change in Ephemerald, where they will have Pokemon from their old teams, but those Pokemon will have new types not fitting the gym's type. I would go into more detail about this fight, but it was really just Olympia using Karate Chop and hitting a crazy amount of crits. After Roxanne, we save Pico and the Devin Goods and head to Dewford. In Dewford, we get another member of the team, and Natu, who we named Huarang. I then head to Granite Cave, where I'm able to get 2 more encounters. The first is Cyndaquil, who we can't use until he is a Typhlosion, and the other encounter is Doduo, who we named Nana and Popo. After getting Steven his letter, we go to fight Brawly. I assume the trainer and gym layout has been changed here as well, but I don't know Brawly's gym well enough to know that. We go through his trainers and run into God from Hunter x Hunter and challenge him. Brawly's team consists of Spoink, Makahita, who's now Grass type, Tropius, and Starmie, whose sprite is badass. After beating his team with Nana and Olympia, we get our second badge. Before we get into it, I just wanted to mention that when I opened the ROM today, I had a bad egg and I played in my PC box, and now I have to hope that doesn't freak up this save. So to give me a bit more luck, please subscribe. We start by heading to Slateport and delivering the Devon parts and battling Team Aqua. Archie has the once fearsome Carvanha and a fucking Latios, which funnily enough goes down to 1 Karate Chop. Then randomly a different character walks in, claims to be Archie, doesn't elaborate, and leaves. On our way to Marvel, we're challenged by our rival Brendan once again. Brendan opens with the rock type Grovyle, who goes down to Olympia. His next Pokemon is a Psychic type Oddish, who falls to a Fire Punch. Next is Combuskin, who's still a Flying type and goes down to Bugsy's Shockwave. His next Pokemon is the Grass Electric type Pidgeotto, who goes down to Olympia. His final Pokemon is the Water type Absol, who, like most of his team, falls to Olympia. While in Slateport, we get 2 more encounters in Dustox, the Fighting Flying type, and Drowsy, who we can evolve into Hypno, the Grass Fighting type. After those captures, we challenge Watson. Watson opens with the Bug Electric Kadabra, who goes down to a Fire Punch. Next is the Flying Electric Tauros, who keeps using Fly, and eventually goes down to Bugsy. Next up is Parasect, who is, you guessed it, Electric type. He instantly takes out Huarang, and Olympia comes back out to finish it off. His final Pokemon is the Ice-type Manectric, who goes down to a Fire Punch. After the Watson fight, I make my way to Mount Chimney to get another encounter in Tropius, who is the Fighting Dragon type, and I name him Soul. I then realize I actually need to go to Meteor Falls, and along the way, Natu evolves. After that slight detour, we confront Maxie in Mount Chimney. He opens up with the Dark Delcatty, who goes down very quickly. After that, Team Magma Latios comes out and goes down to a crit Karate Chop. Next is the Fire Electric Tentacle, who paralyzes Soul and switches to the Dragon Bayleaf, who gets OHKO'd by a Dragonclaw. And then Tentacle goes down to Stomp. After Maxie, we go to Lava Ridge and challenge Flannery. He opens with Victory Bell, the Fire type, and I lead with Soul in hopes of capitalizing on his resistance to fire. Next is the Ground Fire Raichu, who keeps using Dig, so I use Bulk Up to keep making Soul stronger. Raichu also falls to Soul, and her next Pokemon is the Dark Fire type Jinx. She takes Soul out with an Overheat, and now I have a bit of a problem. The problem being Overheat is so much stronger than I thought it was. Luckily, Jinx goes down to 1 Karate Chop, and next is the Bug Fire type Donphan. Donphan is able to use Overheat and take out 3 of my Pokemon, and then runs out PP. With the Scare Overheat gone, Huarang is able to deal with Donphan. The final Pokemon is the Dragon Electric type Torkoal, and with it going down to a Blaze Kick, we get our 4th badge. Day 3 begins with us getting some more encounters. We get the Ground Fighting Meowth, Dolores, the Dark Fighting Geodude Goro, and the Water Fighting Shuppet Rain. Right after getting these encounters, my game actually crashed because I was inspecting my Pokemon, ran into the bad egg, and well, you can guess the rest. So I had to do it all over again, so that was a fun little side quest. Anyway, we continue day 3 by challenging Norman, and interesting thing is, instead of changing the layout of his gym, which I don't even know how they would, all the fights are now double battled with much more type diversity in their teams. I'm a little sad Norman wasn't also following the double battle rule, but I'll get over it. The first attempt against Norman ends in a loss because he has a dragon flying slacking with outrage who swept basically my entire team. But what I did learn is that Dragon in this mod is weak to poison, so we evolve Cyndaquil into Typhlosion and give another shot. Norman opens with Sudowoodo, who takes out Olympia with a counter and gets down by Nana Popo. Next is the Menace Slacking, who I sacked Nana in for the safe switch into Aki, and use Toxic and Sludge to bring him down. Up next is a normal Psychic Lantern who keeps using Double Team, but Goro locks in and doesn't miss a single feint attack or Twin Needle. Next is Hitmontop, who takes out Soul with a crit superpower, and Bugsy's able to get a crit cross chop and take it out. His final mon is Sandslash, who also goes down to cross chop and getting us our 5th badge. After Norman, we begin our journey to 4-Tree City. A couple of our guys evolve, and along the way we encounter Team Aqua at the weather station. Usually I skip over this part because it's not really all that interesting to talk about, but Shelly came to play this time. It also didn't help that I came in with a not fully healed team and not a lot of PP in my moves that aren't fighting. She opened with the Water Ghost Linoon, who was really annoying to start off with, but with Bugsy's PP replenished, I was going to go take it out, only for Bugsy to get taken out by a Muddy Water. I send out Aki next, who's able to give me time to revive Bugsy and finally deal with Linoon. Her next Pokemon is Machoke, who, being Ice and Dark, goes down really easily. After that is the Electric Dark Ludicolo, who goes down to Bugsy, but not before getting a Perish Song in. The Steel Golbat is next, and because my luck is against me and hates me, it hits Sing on Bugsy. I switch to Olympia, and after dealing with another Sing hitting, I dealt with it with Fire Punch. Her final Pokemon is the Electric Water Swalot, who goes down real easy to Karate Chop. I know the way I described the fight didn't make it sound all that bad, but actually experiencing it, it felt hellish. But looking back, it generally was not that bad of a fight. After leaving that fight battered and bruised, Brendan decided this is the perfect time to challenge me to a fight. I obviously lose, and now filled with rage, run back for the rematch. Brendan opens with Grovyle, who Soul takes out. Next is a Dark Psychic Blossom, which Nana takes out with Tri-Attack. His next Pokemon is a Steel Electric Porygon, which Aki is useless against, so I switch to Olympia to take care of it. Next is Blaziken, who is easy work for Bugsy, and same story for Absol. His final Pokemon is a Pidgeotto, and Aki makes quick work of it as well. After the Brendan fight, we catch an Electabuzz named King in 4-Tree and go challenge Winona. So this is where I messed up. I had paused the recording to go talk to someone about ordering food, and when I came back to do the Winona fight, I forgot to unpause the recording on OBS, so the Winona fight's just not there. I'm really sorry about it, but I'm gonna recreate it in Premiere Pro to the best of my ability. Sorry. Winona opened with the ground-flying Scizor, making Bugsy invalid, and since I was being dumb, I let it get off 3 curses before switching into Rain, who along with Nana Popo and Soul all get taken out by his buff Scizor. Scizor is brought down by Olympia, and out comes Medicham, who is Rock and Flying type, and because of that, takes neutral damage from fighting type moves. It also falls to Olympia, and her next Pokemon is Nidoking, the Steel Flying type, which, you guessed it, goes down to Fire Punch real easy like. And next is Fortress, the Flying Ghost type, where Bugsy finally has a chance to shine in this fight and take it out with Thunderbolt. Her final Pokemon is a Dark-type Altaria, who gets Bugsy down to 3 HP before getting taken out with a Thunderbolt as well. Day 4 begins with us making our way to Lily Cove City to try and get a new encounter in the Ghost-type Eevee on Route 121. After spending some time battling trainers and getting encounters, I learned that the egg in Lava Ridge is an Eevee in this mod, so I head back to Lava Ridge and hatch the egg into Hisoka, the Eevee. After hatching Hisoka, I head back to Lily Cove to evolve her and challenge Brendan to access the department store. He opens with the Sceptile, who Olympia gets really low, but Brendan switches him out for Blaziken. I switch to Bugsy, who takes down Blaziken with a Thunderbolt. Up next is Blossom, who Nana Popo is able to take care of with a Tri-Attack and Fly. After that, Absol comes out and gets Soul confused, so I switch back to Bugsy, who gets critted and goes down. So Aki has to come in and finish Absol off. Up next is Pidgeot, who opens with the Rain Dance, making Fire Punch weaker, so I switch to Aki to take care of it with Sludge. Porygon 2 comes out, so I send out Soul against it, and he gets Porygon really low, but falls to a Meteor Mash. Rain then comes out and is able to take care of Porygon and Sceptile to get us the win. After beating Brendan, I get a Moonstone and evolve Eevee into the Ghost Fighting type Umbreon. After evolving Hisoka, I make my way up to Mount Pyre to meet Team Aqua, and then make my way to the Magma base. After getting through and losing the Maxi on my first attempt, we go for the rematch. One interesting thing about this fight is that it seems that it's always the sunny condition while fighting Maxi. Maxi opens with the Dark Steel type Delcatty, who Soul takes out with a superpower. Next up is the Dragon type Meganium, who Aki is able to take care of with a Sludge Bomb. After that, the Psychic type Kangaskhan comes out, and Hisoka takes care of her with a Shadow Ball. Up next is the Laias, who's come a really long way from being one-shot by a Karate Chop. I send out Olympia and she gets a submission in before fainting, and after that I send out Sol, who's able to take out Latios with a superpower. Up next is the Fire Electric Tentacool. He takes out Nanopopo but is really low after that, so I send out Rain and use Water Pulse, but I then learn it has Water Absorb as its ability, so I only heal it. After that blunder, Aki is able to take it out with a Sludge Bomb and do the same to the Grass Rock Cameround. After defeating Maxie, we make our way to the Aqua Hideout and fight Matt. Matt opens with the Tropius, who gets Shadow Balled by Hisoka. He then sends out a Water Noble type Soul Rock, who uses multiple double teams, so after missing multiple moves, Soul goes down, and Rain comes out to take a double edge with the recoil killing Soul Rock. Next is the Water Dark Lunatone, who quickly goes down to a submission. After Lunatone is the terrifying Steel Ghost Sharpedo, who goes down very quickly to Hisoka. His final Pokemon is Golbat, who also goes down very quickly to an Overheat. After taking out both villain bases, I head to Moss Deep City to take on Tate and Liza. They open with the Ice Psychic Skarmory and Lunatone, and I open with Hisoka and a fully evolved Goro back for some more action. Hisoka takes out Skarmory with the Shadow Ball, and the Electric Poison Omastar comes out. Lunatone goes down to Goro's Karate Chop, and Vileplume of Psychic Steel type comes out. I switch to Nanopopo, who gets critted by Thunder, so Soul comes out, and a crit Dragon Claw is able to take care of Omastar. Goro's Fan Attack deals with the Vileplume, and after those two, Soul Rock and the Poison Psychic Magnetone come out as their final Pokemon. Aki's Sludge Bomb deals with Soul Rock real easily, but it goes down to Magnetone Psychic. Goro and Olympia are able to deal with Magnetone, getting us our 7th gym badge. After that, we chase Team Aqua to Kyogre's lair. While diving underwater, we get another encounter in Kabutops, the bug fighting type, and name her Devora. Like Maxie's, fighting Archie has a constant weather effect, this time a constant downpour of rain. Archie opens with a Sharpedo and I open with Aki, so it's not the best matchup to start with, but luckily Aki knows Overheat. Next up is the bug type Aggron, who I send Hisoka out against. I use Aerial Ace, which doesn't do much and get paralyzed, so I switch to Olympia, and with a Fire Punch I'm able to take it out. After Aggron is Piloswine, who goes down to a quick Brick Break, and next up is Latios, who was a big threat, so I first poisoned it with Toxic, and then I accidentally hit Toxic again, and after wasting that turn, I got knocked out by a Water Pulse. Nanopopo comes out and also gets brought down quickly by Latios, but is able to get some damage in. Finally, Rain comes out, and with a Swift plus Poison, Latios goes down. Archie's next Pokemon is the Steel Crobat, and after a Dragon Dance, Soul is able to take it out with a Rock Smash. His final Pokemon is the Water Fire Glalie, who Hisoka defeats with a Shadow Ball. After that, we go to Sky Pillar, Awaken Rayquaza, and then go challenge Juan. It opens with a Water-type Miltank, who gets poisoned by Aki and then taken out with a Sludge Bomb. After Miltank is the Water Grass Gengar, who also quickly falls to Aki. Next is Psychic-type Kingdra, who falls to Hisoka Shadow Ball, and after Kingdra is Weezing, the Water Flying type. I switch to Olympia to take him out with Strength, and his final Pokemon is the Ice Water type Steelix, who falls to a Break, getting us our final badge. Today begins with us heading to Evergrande City. Along the way, I happened to see a cave entrance near the waterfalls of Evergrande, and thinking this ROM had changed the entrance to Evergrande, I headed inside. Inside, I was met with an ornate room and these gray triangles. I interacted with one of them to suddenly find myself fighting Jirachi. I'll be real with you and say I saved Scum here to catch the Jirachi, and looking back, I don't really know why, because it's not like I can use the Pokemon. I think I just really wanted to soak this Jirachi. I do eventually catch it and put it in a box to never see the light of day again. After the Jirachi incident, we make our way into Victory Road and battle Wally. He opens with the Psychic Dragon Ursaring, who gets knocked out by Aki's Sludge Bomb. Up next is the Electric Blissey, who, like Ursaring, also falls to Sludge Bomb. His next Pokemon is a normal Ghost-type Gardevoir. I try Hisoka and use Shadow Ball, but it has no effect, so I switch to Rain. With a Water Pulse, I take out Gardevoir. After that is the Fire Steel Flygon, and I switch to Olympia to take care of it with a Brick Break. The next Pokemon is the Bug Steel Gligar, who is taken out by the Quad Effective Fire Punch, and Dragonite comes out, being Bug and Ice. I figured he would also go down really quickly with Fire Punch, but with what I assume is a mixture of Thick Fat and Rain Dance, it takes quite a few Fire Punches to defeat it. After defeating Wally, we begin to make our way through Victory Road, and the changes made to Victory Road become very apparent very quickly. Instead of the regular trainers, all the gym leaders and Battle Frontier leaders have come here to challenge us. I make my way through Victory Road battling and running back to heal every so often. For the most part, it was fine, a couple scary battles here and there, but nothing too crazy, at least until I ran into Juan. I had just recently beat Juan, and pretty easily at that, so I figured the rematch wouldn't be that bad. All that changed when the Gengar attacked. The Pokemon before Gengar, Weezing, has Drizzle, which causes rain and powers water moves. With this boost, Gengar was actually able to one-shot a lot of my team. After multiple losses, I learned Hisoka is my only Pokemon that can actually take a Water Pulse and live. So it takes care of Gengar with the Aerial Ace, and we were able to get a victory. After the Juan roadblock, we can finally begin our Elite Four challenge, starting with Sydney. Sydney starts with the Dark Dragon Executor, who goes down to a Brick, and it's the same story for the Dark Hisoka, Hitmonlee, and the Ice Dark Machamp. After those three, Absol comes out, who gets taken out with a Thunderbolt by Bugsy. Up next is Tentacruel, who keeps spamming Protect, but eventually falls to an Earthquake. His final Pokemon is a Dark-type Venusaur who gets hit with a Brick Break and counter takes out Olympia, so I send out Soul to finish the job. Up next is Phoebe, whose entire team is the Evolutions plus Dusclops. Her fight is a doubles battle, so she opens up with Umbreon and the Bug Ghost-type Espeon. Espeon falls very quickly to a crit Fire Punch, so Phoebe sends out the Dragon Ghost Vaporeon. Hisoka is able to take out their twin with a Shadow Ball, and the Ghost Rock Flareon is sent out. Earthquake deals with Flareon, and after Flareon, the Ghost Ground-type Jolteon is sent out. Hisoka used Aerial Ace to deal with Vaporeon, and a Poison Dart Dusclops comes out. After taking out Jolteon with a Shadow Ball, Olympia and Hisoka are able to defeat Dusclops, getting us our second Elite Four win. The third Elite Four member, Glacia, opens up with an Ice Ghost Manectric. Not knowing it was a Ghost type, I go for the Brick Break, which doesn't affect it, and after one Fire Punch, it Baton passes to Dugong. I switch to Hisoka, and Shadow Ball is able to take care of Dugong. She sends out the Poison Ice Blastoise next, so I switch to Nanapopo to take care of it. After Blastoise, Manectric returns and this time actually falls to the Fire Punch. Vorbeist, the Fighting Ice type, is next and quickly falls to a Brick Break, and it's the same story for Huntail, the Ice Rock type. Her final Pokemon is a normal Welrin, who also gets defeated by Olympia. The final Elite Four member, Drake, opens with the Ground Dragon Arcanine. I'm able to poison it with Toxic before losing Aki to an Earthquake. Soul is sent out and crits a Dragon Claw. Up next is Aerodactyl, the Fire Dragon type, and Soul is able to also deal with him with a Dragon Claw. The Water Dragon Charizard comes out and is weakened by Bugsy, but Bugsy falls to a Hydro Pump. Hisoka then comes out to eventually deal with Charizard. Next is Torkoal. Torkoal takes out Hisoka, so Soul comes out to deal with him. After Torkoal was Pinsir, the Rock and Dark type, who also falls to Soul. His final Pokemon is the Grass Ghost Salamence. Salamence takes out both Soul and Nanapopo, leaving me just Olympia, who is just barely able to get us a win with Fire Punch. Finally, we have reached the champion Wallace. I went into this fight expecting Wallace to focus on the water type, so imagine my surprise when he opens with the Electric Rock Metagross. Metagross takes out Aki with an Earthquake, but not before being poisoned by Toxic. Soul comes out and is able to take care of Metagross with a Rock Smash. Wallace then sends out a Flying type Reggie, so I send out Bugsy, hoping to one-shot it with Thunderbolt. That unfortunately doesn't work, and Bugsy goes down to an Aeroblast. Hisoka is able to defeat Regice with a Shadow Ball, and out comes the Bug Dark Milotic. After spamming multiple Aerial Aces, I defeat Milotic, and the Fire Regirock comes out. I'm able to defeat Regirock with Olympia, and the next Reggie to come out is the Ground Registeel. I switch to Nanapopo and spam Fly, trying my best to take out Registeel, but he keeps using Rest and healing any damage I do. It eventually takes out Nanapopo with an Earthquake, so I send out Soul, who gets some good damage in with Dive, but also falls to Registeel. Olympia is sent out to take some hits while I try to revive Soul, and with the Dragon Dance boosted Rock Smash, we finally take out Registeel. His final Pokemon is Registeel, who in an almost anticlimactic way goes down to one Rock Smash. And with Wallace's defeat, we've officially won the Fighting type only challenge of Pokemon Ephemerald. And that's going to be about it for this series. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you did enjoy. And next series should be Mario Mon. I'm going to get started on that really soon, so hope you're excited for that. Bye-bye.